Nathan Reid.
Hi, it's so nice talking to you here at Kamikaze in Los Angeles. So tell me about the business of crowdfunding a film.
Crowdfunding a film is about, everyone knows that it takes a massive amount of work and a massive team that's working for you in order to help you pursue your dream. What we did at Reinventing Films was we developed a business model that allowed you to run it based on math, which is what support you're going to get from people realistically, what numbers you should be looking to attain, and then how much work it is exactly going to take in order for you to hit your goal every single time.
And how much time does it take?
On one of our campaigns, I've personally done 7 successful campaigns now. On every single one, I was willing to do 14-hour days, 7 days a week for the entire campaign. So if it's 45 days, that's what you're committing towards. You got to treat it like not only a business, but you have to treat it like your job. And you have to work it like it, or you're going to see it be unsuccessful because you're not putting in what's considered to be the sweat equity of your campaign.
So it sounds like you almost model it on a campaign fundraising where you have your people doing the calls and reaching out to their circle of friends. Is that sort of like the basis of where it came from, your idea?
Basis of where it came from was a little bit more of the captain of the ship, is that I can't pilot a ship myself. So what I did was I developed a team around me that I would train, coach, work with, and mentor, and then not only work with them, but be their leader of the campaign. So I didn't just train a bunch of people and then say, hey, go raise money for me. That's not the way that we like to do business. What we did was we said, I'm going to be with this, I'm going to be with you on this every step of the way, and I'm going to train you so that you can succeed.
And where was the idea for your doing Reinvention Films? So you can have more control creatively, or is that you can sort of make your own film ideas and just do it on your own?
I think the films that blew me away, I had tracked 3 different filmmakers, and they know who they are, Roy Robinson, McGregor, and Nathan Garofalo's. They were doing these big budget, like $150,000, 5-minute versions of films that were rivaling and blowing District 9 out of the water. I love District 9, but they were competing with those films. So what I wanted to do in Reinventing Films was say, great, the entire model of pitching to a studio has completely changed. So now it's taking a massive film with a big budget and getting the visual effects team that worked on 300 to work with you to create a pitch that just blows them away and makes them go, I would put money behind that.
And a video pitch is much more effective than the old-fashioned storyboarding or just talking to someone.
Yeah, I mean, one of our projects was a comic book property that I created called Prey, The Light in the Dark, which we just finished shooting with Tyler Mane, Oded Fur, and Masashi Odate. And that film was we're going to have to show the studio what this film looks like in order for them to get it. They loved the comic book. They were like, this comic book is great. But if you can show them a live action version of what that comic looks like and have the same budget that a massive film would have, but only shooting 4 or 5 minutes of the film, you can really make a studio go, I would buy that.
That sounds really interesting. Now, for those of us who are not at Kamikaze to hear you speak or at New York Comic Con, do you have a site or a book that someone can use as a template?
Absolutely. We actually recommend that somebody get my book about 6 weeks before they launch their campaign, because it's going to give you everything that you need day to day to day in order to succeed. You can go to www.reinventingcrowdfunding.com, spelled exactly how it sounds, reinventingcrowdfunding.com, and then you can also see the films that our company has done at www.reinventingfilms.com.
That sounds really interesting. I'm going to look at the book because I want to crowdfund a project as well.
Good.
Thank you for talking with me.